again, we're going to move here with the breath. Inhaling to one movement. Exhaling to another. We open and close into our little seated cat-cows. Allowing the throat and the heart to open. Getting into that sacral and solar plexus. We come back to center after one more round. Make sure we do an even amount of both cat and cow. We inhale the arms out. And exhale, we wrap those arms, giving ourselves a nice big hug. It does not matter which arm is on top. We inhale, round chin to chest. Exhale, lift the elbows, opening through the heart once again. Pull the belly into the spine. And we're going to gently rotate side to side, left to right here in our little hug. Bringing a little somatic movement to our practice. Perfect. One more rotation to each side. And we meet back in the middle. We inhale the arms back out. And we exhale, another hug, bringing the other arm on top this time. Inhale, round chin to chest. Exhale, lift the elbows. And once again, we're just going to slightly rotate left to right, right to left. Loosening up that tension in the thoracic spine and down into the mid-back. One more each side. And we meet back in the middle. We gently release the hands to the floor and come up to our tabletop position. Wrists under elbows under shoulders. Knees under hips. We press the tops of the feet into the mat, activating the lower body. Shoulders away from the ears. Now, while your tabletop is a relatively easy asana, it is not a place of rest. Everything should be active here in this stretch. Shoulders back, core tight, glutes active, and feet actively pressed into the mat. Contracting all muscles we can. We inhale, extend the left leg out to the back of the room. And exhale, we gently sweep it out to the left side. Ankle, sweeping back to the right, landing back in our assisted side plank. And exhale, we sweep back to the left, back to that side bend. Perfect. One more round of each. Inhale, sweeping right. Exhale, sweeping left. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, the hands down to the mat. We're just going to gently bring that knee back in underneath that hip. And before we take that on the other side, we're just going to pick up those feet and hit them against the mat. Give the tops of the feet a little bit of a massage. Continuing to welcome that grounding sensation to our practice. And we gently come back to stillness, back to center. Take a moment. And then we inhale the right leg out, stretching that leg nice and long. We exhale, floating it out to the right side, pressing into that blade edge, the edge with that little toe. We inhale, sweep up, gate pose on the other side. Head is up high, shoulders are back. We exhale the left hand down. Assisted side plank, knee side plank. And now on the other side. We inhale the right hand down to meet that left. And exhale, we sweep over to the right, landing in that side stretch. Perfect. We inhale, sweeping left, landing in that little side plank variation. We exhale back to the right. Side bend. And we're going to do that one more time. So inhale to the left. And exhale back to the right. Beautiful. We inhale, sweeping back up. And exhale, we bring the hands down. We gently step that knee back in line with that hip. We're going to push into the knees, picking those feet up. And we're going to inhale, bringing them over to that left side and gently tapping them to the mat. Exhale, we pick them up and float them over to the right side, tapping the mat. And we're going to move just like this with the breath. Inhaling left and exhaling right once again. Working on the knee mobility. Pressing into the tops of the feet to get that little massage, that little stretch. One more on each side. Make sure we do an even amount of both left and right. We land back in our neutral tabletop. And we inhale, extending that left leg out to the back of the room. Exhale, we bring the knee to the chest and the foot to the mat in between the hands. We inhale, shifting more weight forward into that left heel. We keep the toes untucked. We keep the top of the foot pressed into the mat, and we exhale, lifting the knee and getting a nice stretch into the foot and ankle. We gently lower the knee back down, and we inhale, sweeping up to our Anjaneyasana, to our low lunge. We bend the knee, inhale, sweep up. We land in our Anjaneyasana. And exhale, we extend that left leg and flow back, landing in half monkey. Remember to move the hips back center. Bend the knee, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, we flow to half monkey. Inhale, we sweep up. And exhale, one more half monkey. Option to extend the arms next to the side of the body. Palms face lunge. Exhale, we step back up to our twisted chair. We inhale, shooting all the way up to a nice big back bend. Option to bring the hands to the lower back for support. Exhale, we come back to mountain pose, floating arms down, straightening out the spine, and feeling grounded. Inhale, forward landing in a nice big cobra. And exhale, we lower down to the mat. Make a pillow with the hands and bring the forehead down. We bend the knees and float the feet up to the sky. We're going to release the lower back. So we're just going to windshield wiper the legs left and right, right and left. As I said, we release the lower back, but we also massage the hips, the lower abdominals, and the lower digestive tract, helping to keep everything flowing, regular, happy, and healthy down within the gut. And as we swipe the legs left and right, we're going to start to slowly lower them to the mat. With each swipe, they come a little bit closer. Until eventually you land with those legs nice and straight and in line with the hips. And continue rocking the hips side to side, left to right, bringing a little more somatic movement into our practice, releasing tension, releasing trauma, and releasing cortisol. We gently come back to center, back to stillness. We float the hands back under the shoulders and we inhale, pressing back up to cobra. And we exhale back to child's pose, but this time we bring the knees more narrow, bringing them close. And bring the forehead down to the mat. We gently float the arms along the side of the body, grabbing onto the feet. Option to hold in stillness or to give the feet another massage. Either way, we float the hands down and around, grabbing the feet, closing that circle that we're making with the body. Focusing on that grounded sensation. We gently come back to stillness. We are massaging those feet. We sweep the arms back around, bringing them in line with shoulders. And we gently come up to our tabletop position, cross the ankles, and shift the hips back, coming to the seated position. Make sure there's room behind you to eventually lay back. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. further. We inhale back to center. We exhale the hands behind the back, pressing into the palms and opening the heart, opening the throat. Back bend of your choice. It can be deep, it can be moderate, it can be shallow. Just open through that heart and make it feel good, whatever feels best for you today. We inhale, sweeping back up. Exhale, we twist right. This time, bringing left hand to the right knee. Floating right hand to the back behind us and turning to look over the right shoulder. And remembering that the farther we look, the farther we twist. We inhale, center. We exhale, right hand down. Opening the left side now. Left flat. Left oblique. All the good stuff on the left side, under the arm, under the ribs. We inhale back up. And exhale, we hinge at the hips one more time, holding forward, closing that circle. Continuing to make the spine long, leading with the heart to compensate for the back bend. Because as you know, what we do to one side, we always do to the other. But that is not just your left and right. That is also front and back. So anytime you bend backwards, you also want to fold forwards, which are your seated folds, supine folds, standing folds, also your child's pose, and your downward facing dog. Now you have the option to hold here in stillness, or to flutter the knees, bringing some butterfly movement to your butterfly pose, allowing those hips to open a little more, releasing some more cortisol, in doing so helping us to sleep better, improving our hair and our skin, helping with whatever goals we have here at the gym, whether that's to gain weight, lose weight, what have you. Releasing cortisol also helps to just make you feel better. We release tension in those hips because, in case you did not know, our hips are where we hold on to all of our trauma, all of the negative things that we've gone through throughout our lives. If you are fluttering those knees, we're going to gently come back to stillness, back to center. Take your time getting there. You do not have to stop abruptly. We inhale and exhale. We round in the chest and melt a little deeper into our hold, releasing those hips some more. But remember, these asanas should not hurt. Now we do breathe through tension and breathe through discomfort, absolutely. But the same is not said for pain. If it hurts, don't do it. We inhale and exhale. We let go of everything that does not serve us. We let go of all the intrusive thoughts trying to creep into the mind. We let go of that tension we are holding on to down way for the knees, left and right and left, just like we did on our bellies in the prone position. But now, from the back, allowing us to work that hip mobility, allowing us to shake up some of that stale and stagnant energy that we are holding on to down in the hip flexors, down in that root chakra. And we massage the lower back, continue to massage the hips and abdominals, continuing to help with our digestion. And the next time that the legs land on the left side, we're just going to hold in stillness for a brief moment, feeling the stretch all along that right side. Inhale. Exhale, switch sides. Float the legs and those knees over to the right. And just relax. We feel the stretch on that left side now. We gently bring those knees back up to center, planting the feet. And we inhale the legs up to the sky, coming to our legs up the wall pose. Anterior tilts the pelvis, pressing hips down. We exhale, floating the hands up, wrists in line with shoulders. We actively press shoulder blades together, coming to our sleeping tiger. Option to hold here in stillness or to wiggle and shake out the arms and legs, bringing a little more somatic movement to our practice, allowing us to shake up more energy and release more cortisol. And if you are shaking, we gently come back to center. Inhale. And exhale, we hug those knees into the chest. Give the body a nice hug. Thank it for everything it is capable of. Its brilliance, resilience, the everyday miracles that we take for granted regularly because we're so busy being so hard on ourselves. Take the moment here, show yourself love, show yourself light, show yourself grace. All of the things that we show everyone else without question, but routinely deny ourselves. We take another nice deep breath in through that nose, just like we did at the very beginning of our practice. And as we exhale, we extend the arms, extend the legs, and take a nice big stretch like you just woke up from a good night's sleep. And come to Savasana your way. You can lay however you want. Give your body whatever it needs. Just melt into your space, grounding through the entire mat. Feeling the energy radiating from the root chakra, allowing us to continue to feel grounded as we leave the room. Allowing us to take that safe feeling out into the world with us. And just melting and relaxing into our space, taking the next few minutes for ourselves. There is nothing else that matters right now. So just relax. I'll bring you back shortly.